What up, guys? Today we're going to be going over a bit of top to bottom analysis, and I'm going to show you guys how to analyze a chart completely from a blank chart, okay, completely from the start to beginning, and what key zones we need to identify before jumping into any trades. Alright, so the pair we're going to be looking at is GBPNZD. For the students who have been with me from the start, you probably know this is one of my top 3 favorite pairs to trade, and I've made a lot of money on this pair over the last 2 months. And I used really basic analysis. I'm going to show you all of it in the video. Alright, and anyone can adopt these principles and put it into practice and start making money. Okay, exactly the way I did. So firstly, we want to identify our main supply and demand zone starting on the weekly time frame. Now we're going to go back about 4 to 5 years to identify these zones, mostly on a chart. Here we can see we're going back to the 26th of April 2015, and we're currently in March 2020. Okay, so that is 5 years. And here we have our key supply zone. Our supply and demand zones are key zones where our banks and big institutions will look to either buy a currency or sell a currency, because a currency is either overpriced or underpriced. Okay, I'm going to make these zones in a different color. I'm just going to make them orange. Okay, so in these zones, in our key supply zone, we want to look for short opportunities, and in our key demand zone, we want to look for buying opportunities. Okay, and our demand zone is where price is obviously very cheap, so big hedge funds and banks want to buy a lot of the currency, and our supply zone is where currency is overpriced, so they want to get rid of it, they want to sell it off. And we can see markets currently trading in the middle of our key zones. Okay, so we want to now flip to our lower time frame and look roughly 1 year back into the chart to identify the trend and our key support and resistance and flip zones. Okay, so here we can see we're going back to May, March, April 2019. Okay, we're in March 2020, so March 2019 is roughly over here. Okay, that is March. 1 year back in our charts, 12 months. Here we can see we've got a key resistance zone. It acts as resistance again. Here it gets flipped to support, so that is a key flip zone we want to identify on our charts. Okay, so we'll draw that zone, and I just want to make these zones all gray. So these are our monthly key resistance and support zones and flip zones. Okay, that's a flip zone, resistance, flip to support over here. This is our key yearly or monthly support zone. Okay, and our key resistance zone right over here. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch of resistance. And we have another key little resistance zone right over here. Okay, we can see 1 resistance, 2 resistance, 3 touches, 4 touches of resistance, and it breaks through, flips to minus support over here, and again acts as a support over here. Okay, so now we've got all our major and key zones. So now we want to start by identifying trend. I'm just going to draw or mark our lower highs and higher lows, etc., with our trend with a rectangle for now, just to show you guys. It may look a bit unneat, but you'll at least be able to see our mark our lower highs. I'm going to make it green. Okay, so starting over here, we see we were in a very healthy uptrend. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in. Right at the bottom, we start with a low. Okay, right, we move to a high, we move to a higher low, a higher high, or higher high, higher high up here, higher low, higher high. Okay, I want to mark these again. So our first low, we make a high, make a higher low, make a higher high up here, make a higher low, fail to make a higher high multiple times here, we come back, make a higher low, then we fail to make a higher high again. So this is acting as a double top pattern, alright, a double tops formation. Now we've got our key lower highs, so we know we are in a healthy uptrend. We can identify this as a healthy uptrend because we see these strong pullbacks. And now we know from previous videos that a healthy uptrend is governed by diagonal support in the form of a trend line. So drawing our trend line, connecting our lower highs together, starting from our low right at the bottom of the wick, connecting our first lower high. Okay, we can see market bounces to a higher high. It comes down to make another lower high just on our trend line. We see these spikes up off of our trend line. Okay, we see these spikes up off of our trend line. So our diagonal support is definitely acting. 1, 2, see it through. Okay, so we've got our diagonal support. And if we flip to our H4 time frame, we've got all our key zones. We've got our lower highs and higher highs marked. This was our previous higher high. We came down to a lower high. Then we failed to make a higher high. Our previous lower high was up here. We failed to make a lower high. Or even if we want to take this, not the wick, but actual candle close as our lower high, we still failed to break our lower high over here. Okay, you can see market didn't trade above it. It failed to break a high, our previous higher high. So market now, the bullish momentum is currently dying. You could have seen that from over here. Okay, and now we're looking to break our previous lower highs to make a lower low so we can clarify our downtrend. Here is previous support, our previous minor lower high. Okay, market comes down, it breaks our trend line. Okay, we can see it breaking our trend line. It comes up, it retests our trend line, our daily trend line, as well as our flip zone, our previous resistance flip zone, and right over here, our previous minor support acting as a resistance. That's a perfect sell opportunity, and market comes down. Okay, then market breaks through this previous lower high, and we see a minor retest of that lower high, okay, right over here before it makes a lower low. So now we flipped from a uptrend, from bullish momentum to bearish momentum. Okay, and that's simply how I identified the sell on GBPNZD, and I caught it right from this retest of the trend line. I got one sell off here. I made 300 or 530 pips down, or I actually took profits here at 360 pips. Okay, I jumped into another opportunity, retesting this previous support right over there as resistance if I go into a lower time frame. Okay, yes, previous support, it was over here. Yes, okay, so the market came down. I grabbed my sell here. I took profits out here. I jumped out of the trade. Then I noticed market was testing all of this previous support right over here as resistance in a downtrend with bearish momentum. So I sold again, and I made another good 270 pips down. If we see this current market momentum over here, the strategy, how it played out, it consolidated in a slight upward channel before making its big move down. And once again here we see slight consolidation in that upward channel. Okay, and then it made a move down, and I grabbed another sell off the resistance of this consolidation, and I made 220 pips down. Okay, it's very simple trading, and I will be looking for even more short opportunities in this pair. Okay, in the future, in the near future, after a nice pullback up, retesting previous support, acting as resistance, I will look to go short again. But this is how I did my top to bottom analysis. It's not that hard, guys, and it's simply just identifying trend and knowing where each key zone should be.